Well, hello and welcome back to Gmodism. Well, we are here. I'm your host Eric, and we are upgrading the Yamato. And to be specific, this is the Ultra Yamato we're upgrading, not any other variant. If you were still confused about that, but whatever. Here, anyways, we want to make sure that the Ultra Yamato by martincitopants indeed gets as powerful, strong and glorious as we can make her, because I feel that the ship in the Ultra Yamato upgrade configuration doesn't really perform as well as it could do. So since I played the game for many years, I have some tricks up my sleeve and some, well, use to playing this game. Oh my fucking god, I passed 3,000 hours. Well, yeah, so maybe you can trust me. Also go to the Steam Workshop page. We'll have a dictionary. If you ever wanted to know all the words you need to know and acronyms for playing from the depth, I got you covered. We have upgraded tons of things on the Yamato. This happens to be the original Ultra Yamato, not changed in any shape or form by martincitopants. And the question is basically, like, did anything even improve? Well, in this little episode, we will go through the different iterations and basically see what, if anything, was improved. For this little first iteration, we can basically check and see that the original Yamato has some stats, like we changed the system of it first. So here you can see we got 700,000 engine power. And if we go to the upgraded version, we have 2 million engine power. So from between, I don't know, we can shift this around a lot, but between like 500 and 700,000 engine power to a stable 2 million. And you may wonder why they move around all over the place, and that's because they are built in a, well, less than optimal way. That's basically the first episode. Of course, the first upgrade of the Yamato doesn't look like much because it's not even stable. We kind of removed lots of stuff. It's like... it's basically... yeah, it's not very much more expensive even. It's a little bit, but in any case. Yeah, so the first little version isn't too interesting. The second one maneuvers, however. Here we should be able to see the speed of the upgraded Yamato, and we can compare them if they are maneuverable, more maneuverable, and basically faster is the goal of this little test. So we're gonna load them both in. Yeah. It's a lot to load in. So here is what we're gonna do. We got the original Yamato and we got the maneuver upgraded Yamato here. And we will take them both and we're gonna set them to move to like this direction. So let's see here if they are indeed... oh, I think they're speeding up here. The original Yamato is huffing and puffing along here with its azipods, original propeller, and it even has some 4 azipods for added maneuverability. The little sad thing with these forwards azipods is that martincitopant forgot to invert the input for the spin block. So while they're trying to turn, it's actually not helping it to turn, it's making it strafe. Yeah, so these forward ones are making it a bit less maneuverable, to be quite honest. Oh! There we have the upgraded Yamato. What a surprise! Ladies and gentlemen, it's not a surprise. It was literally one of the things I had the most problem with the original Yamato, that I thought it needs fixing. So obviously we fixed that in a previous episode. But of course, we haven't upgraded or fixed the armor or anything yet, so we'll need to check that out a little bit later. But here you can see the original Yamato is moving with a steady 25 meters per second. If we go to the upgraded Yamato, can we please? We're going at a 34 meter per second speed. Now we are turning a little bit though, I didn't want that. I think we need to just... Oh, we kind of, let's see here, we're gonna do like this. So they'll kind of line up a little bit. Like, the problem is though, I haven't set up the AI for the maneuver upgraded one at this point. So they are still, like both of them are still unable to maneuver correctly. And now the original Yamato is huffing and puffing along with a 19 meters per second. And the upgraded one is at 40 meters per second, 39. Yeah. It moves up and down when it turns and stuff like that, so being less than optimal, they are zigzagging back and forth a little bit, so we're gonna check out with the last iteration too for this metric. But as you can see, speed is at best twice as fast, which is pretty good. Nobody thought this is gonna be a speedboat. It's a battleship. Now, we're gonna try the maneuvers a little bit here. For this iteration, we're gonna make a simple maneuverability test. We are going to pull everything. We are with the ships out of out of reality. Going to line them up here a little bit. And we're gonna have you around people like here. And we're speeding it up to fast speed. And we're gonna click the very scary button play and see if it crashes. Well, we're still waiting for them to load in. The computer is not burning yet. Well, the game didn't crash, so here we are. What we're basically gonna do here, we're gonna look at the ships and see what's back and front. And we're gonna take them and we're gonna ask them to move in the opposite direction, right? So we're moving out to fleet move, marking them both, and put them to move.
Moving now.
Backwards, just like that. So we'll see this one on this side is the original Yamato, and here we have the upgraded Yamato. Again, the maneuvers have not been upgraded. It's only like the maneuverability has been upgraded, like the propellers and all that jazz, but the settings have not been upgraded. So it's still a little bit flawed. We should better do this with the like last iteration when we fixed everything, including the visuals, and we feel really, really done. Now, it kind of looks like we're having a collision, perhaps. Well, that's not great. You know what we can do? We can put them both in God mode. So they won't nuke each other. Oh, I think maybe the original Yamato will get some help turning. Possibly. Well, they're still set to do a 180. You can see that maybe the original Yamato didn't get help because it apparently decides it should turn to the right instead. Well, you can see they are gonna go straight to the right, straight to the east. Thus, And we can just monitor them here and see how well they'll be able to do a little turn. Why is it turning back? This is weird. I wonder if there is like some anti-collision something. What the hell? Neither can maneuver correctly. Well, it's a great start. Alright, it seems they both have set course somehow now. They are gonna go to the east. That's right of the screen. So I don't know exactly what turning circle would be here. But it's a lot. You could like look at a map and kind of do some type of calculations based on these squares. How far that would be. But I don't know the like exact size of these squares either. I think it's like maybe a like kilometric mile or whatever for them, but not sure. Anyways, you can see that the maneuverability upgraded Yamato has turned 90 degrees, and it's very closing in here with the original Yamato. It is getting to 90 degrees very soon. But do remember that its front azipods are set up the wrong way, so it actually is kind of strafing. It's kind of drifting a little bit sideways. It's not helped by that at all. But it has reached 90 degrees, and at that time we have the maneuverability upgraded one closing in there. Only about 30 degrees left. And we're still pretty close to 90 here. So it's very unexact calculations here, but you can see it's a lot more maneuverable. That we can say at least. Now the upgraded one has made a 180 turn, and the original is closing in maybe 60 degrees left. Closing in on 45 degrees left pretty soon. But again, it's strafing so much. You can see like the nose drifting. Yep. And oh, it has turned more than 180 degrees because it of course went a little bit off course. Well, I suppose this will make the upgraded maneuverability one reach the mark a lot faster, most likely. Again, maneuvers, like in the AI, they are not set up at this iteration, so they are both moving in the original janky ways. Well, in any case, one of you on YouTube got me this super cool little like idea or tip that you use to like spawn a marauder and basically manually turning the turning circle to see how big the turning circle is as a way to find it out. And that's like a legit good way to set that up. The issue is we don't have automatic stabilization for the original Yamato. I think we don't, at least. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bit hard to test. Look at that! Original Yamato has made its full course turn again. Yeah. It's coming along. Well, I think we should be testing some actually interesting stuff. The original Yamato, of course, has some pretty big and scary guns and stuff like that, but we upgraded them all, and it has some big lasers and stuff too. But we made them a lot scarier and a lot bigger. So the next thing to test is the new guns. To test this, we're basically gonna spawn a Megalodon, and we're gonna time how long time it takes for the Ultra Yamato original to kill it. And then we're gonna compare it for how long it takes the upgraded Yamato to do the same. Right, so we are starting. We're putting a stopwatch on. We're starting with a little bit of a Megalodon at that point. The Ultra Yamato original is in God mode. That's because we only want to measure how well it will be able to deal damage. We're up to 36 seconds. The Yamato is, well, doing a good job at dealing a lot of damage, of course, to the Megalodon. The Ultra Yamato is about twice as expensive as the Megalodon and is down to 90%. It needs to be starting to despawning either by sinking or by being dead. Original Yamato is at 1 minute and 20 seconds. 87. Ooh, there we had a big hit. Look at that. Is it sinking? 78%. No. It's not sinking. But it's sure getting it's sure getting dealt a lot of damage. 74%. Ooh, I think it's gonna be sinking anytime. Bam, or is it just gonna go up despawning due to too much damage? Oh, there we have it. Ultra Yamato. 2 minutes. Well, and 15 seconds now, but 2 minutes is how long it took for the original Ultra Yamato to kill the Megalodon. So, let me then clean up. Perhaps we want to just watch how long it will take for it to also have already been completely despawned, like 100% kill. So we can have 2 minutes until it's like sinking, basically dying. And when it's like 0%, we passed 3 minutes now. And anytime soon, 13, 12, 11, 10, well, somewhere along that line. 3 minutes and 10 seconds, I think that walked into. So 2 minutes to make it die, and about a little bit more than 3 minutes to make it very die, like completely die. Anyways, clean up as said. Right then, so the Ultra Yamato new guns version, right here. Megalodon is getting spawned at the same position. We're gonna make sure that the new guns Ultra Yamato is in its God mode, so we won't have any interference. Right then, first cram volley coming into the Megalodon. Megalodon is at 96%, 30 seconds in. The laser has been upgraded. I realized the sound was up. Okay. Our upgraded cram cannons, our upgraded APS cannons are dealing a lot of damage. Obviously, this is the all the guns for the upgraded version, but not the Zeus cannons. That's for a later date, or a later iteration rather. Megalodon is 85%, 84. Only damage Ultra Yamato is in God mode, it will not be hurt. The AI is, however, not set up correctly yet. That's in a later iteration. So even though our guns are dealing more damage per se, the aiming capabilities of the guns and what they're trying to do is pretty jank. So obviously with a better AI setup it would be a lot more effective. But again, we want to compare them head to head as much as possible. Oh, and there we actually passed 2 minutes. So the original Yamato did already have the Yamato despawning by this point. We're gonna see if the upgraded Yamato will be able to make it despawn completely before 3 minutes has passed for it to perform better. So we are keeping our we're having an eye here on the percentages, and look at that. It is despawning, of course, but we'll need to beat 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and we are at 2 minutes and 55 seconds right now. All right, we are not gonna do that, are we? Well, I guess we have to test perhaps against another ship as well. What can what can have a big deciding factor other than luck is of course where the aim points aim at. So we're up to 3 minutes, and there, 3 minutes and 30 seconds was the time where it was 100% despawned. So the upgraded guns could not show themselves to defeat the target a lot faster than the previous original Yamato could. But actually, there is a good bit of luck involved as well, and since the AI aim points are set up in not the best ways for this version, I feel it's more fun to test with the latest version of the Yamato we have a little bit later. So we'll just go on and check the next iteration for that type of improvement. To be specific, we're gonna check the armor. Is the armor of the new Yamato better than the armor of the old Yamato? I will say I'm honestly a bit disappointed it didn't kill the Megalodon at least twice as fast in this little test. Even though, considering all the things I said, I still wanted it to beat it twice as fast. Well, perhaps the last iteration, we'll see. If you want to see some more from the depth content, check out the Gmodism channel as well. You'll find links in the description, and also go to gmodism.com and you'll find all the different resources and stuff you can get for free, and also all our support options. Well, in any case, let's get on with upgrading the Ultra Yamato, and don't forget to like the video. Now, we're gonna test the armor of the Yamato. So, I've set up this little test here. The Megalodon will be able to deal damage to the Yamato uncontrolled for 1 minute, because the AI of the Yamato is thus offline. And I also set the lamps to these settings to basically turn it off. We're also using F7 to turn off our automatic repair tentacles if our character is there somewhere. We just don't want to make that mistake. Anyways, the timer starts now. So we'll just let it continue. See what type of damage it deals under 1 minute. to the poor Yamato original version. Oh man, those missiles hurt. Those hollow point dig. Well, 44 seconds. And we are closing into 1 minute. And the timer will stop. There. Checking the stats here, I actually think only 3%. Of course, that's a lot of damage, but I feel that it might be a little bit less to get a differential for testing. So we are going to allow it for 1 more minute. So the clock is running again. Another minute of Megalodon damage is coming in here. So 2 minutes with the Megalodon and probably then 2 minutes with the crossbones as well. These damage shells, these missiles, we have torpedoes, we have hollow point. It's really hurting. We're up in 40 minutes. Not 40 minutes, we're up in 40 seconds. And 49, 50. Alright, it's soon over. Just 5 seconds more and we're gonna end the timer there. Right, so here we have 95%. Now we're gonna spawn in the crossbones for 2 minutes. The crossbones is of course a lot cheaper, but it has some scary cram cannons, so it's interesting to get that differential or, you know, different type of damage types in there. Alright then. Then the clock is starting. Alright. Crossbones is engaging. Like we effectively turn the lambs offline. This looks like big explosions, but it's just the anti-munition bodies. Here we have a cram barrage, and they just didn't aim at anything important. Like those laser detonated shells kind of ended up in a area which was like before the ship, so that's not great accuracy from the crossbones. Nasty damage there to the superstructure, that's for sure. We're up in 1 minute. If we do assessment, we're still at 95%, so it's not that much damage has been taken. Shields are online, however, which is a little bit, well, takes away from the armor part really, but well, they have the same shields, the armor upgraded version and this version, so it shouldn't matter too much. We're up in 2 minutes in just a few seconds. And there. Stopping the timer. You can see we have a damage of 94%. And honestly, I don't feel we have too much damage dealt yet. So we are going to go with a 2-minute session of the stronghold as well. And hopefully this will be able to show the proper damage. All right, timer is starting. Like we have the wrong music here, but whatever. The stronghold is not gonna go easy. It's an upgraded version, like the stronghold is actually a little bit super scary now. It was a lot less scary before. Ooh, and these torpedoes are super nasty. You can see that the original Yamato's armor is holding up from here to there. It's it looks decently okay. Oh no, it's not. We're really tearing through here. Oof. It's a lot of damage. We're taking a lot of damage. Look at that. Oh well. We are up in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Those torpedoes really do some scary stuff. The Yamato is starting to look like some kind of Swiss cheese. Only a few seconds left now. And... whoa, okay, there we have it. The timer is stopped. Right before all of these are coming in here and dealing scary damage. Right, so the Ultra Battleship Yamato is down to 89%. So we're doing a bit of a damage assessment. Other than 89%, what matters the most is of course what type of damage has been dealt. So if we examine its hull here, there are big holes torn through the armor. The turrets have started to take damage. We got some damage to some of the engines. We do have a couple of turrets which are completely taken out, and this is probably what brings down the HP the most, to be honest. Since, well, with our weapons upgrade, we of course also upgraded the turret's armor. So if we made any significant improvements, those should be shown indeed. So yeah, we have some big holes into the structure here. Nothing critical. We haven't like a mainframe being killed or anything like that. So yeah, I don't think it's been holding up too shabby. Naturally, we have several weapons being completely taken out, but I mean the ship lives, but you know, it's in a bad shape. That should be expected, however. But we're gonna see if the upgraded Yamato will beat these 89% or not. So yeah, that will be it for the damage assessment. We are now going to remove and clean up here. Alright then, so we have everything spawned in. The Megalodon. And well, we turned off the lamps and we... oh my, we need to damage debugging. Are you kidding me? Is that... Alright. We're just gonna let this go. I'm gonna start the timer and give it 2 minutes of Megalodon damage. And we'll see what that will do to the upgraded Yamato's armor. Which has, you know, different armor and different interior systems. Taking big damage here. Look at that. Will those hollow points tear through the armor? Looks like our shields are trying to hold it up a little bit. We got missiles. We are 40 seconds in. Big holes are still being torn through the armor at places. 1 minute has just passed. We are at 98%. So will we be able to beat the health we have for the other one? That's the question. And we are not testing the active defenses or shields here. That we will test a little bit later. So it's gonna be very interesting to see here. Oh, there we got some systems getting damaged. 97. And we have 15 seconds left. Oh, and this time the Megalodon decided to go behind the Yamato. That does change the setup a little bit, and whoop, okay, there we have it. We are in 2 minutes. So 2 minutes of crossbones is next. So we're gonna destroy this one, and we're gonna spawn the crossbones, and we're gonna make sure it's God moded. All right then. Start the timer. Or it's a stopwatch, but well. So 2 minutes of crossbones. What type of damage will it deal? And will it be as severe damage as last time? We also have the stronghold, which is gonna come with some really scary stuff. I like it makes the damage yellow. Looks sulfurous. It must be because of the color of the blocks. When they get damaged, kinda makes them change. Oh, and we get shot to the side here with several crams. 1 minute has passed. So we got another minute. Ooh, that are some good targeting straight to the side. I'm a bit surprised that it didn't went through here, to be honest. Oh, that's other cram parts exposed. Okay. 30 seconds left. We are at 94%. Yes, we got a good hit here on the superstructure. And you can see here, even though we upgraded the turrets, we couldn't armor them up very well. And here you can see some explosive damage has effectively disabled this turret here. Or at least half of it. At least half of it. It doesn't have any barrels. Alright then, 2 minutes has passed. Stop the timer. And we are at 93%. Alright then we have the last blast from the stronghold. And I think this is, I don't have too high hopes here that we'll actually be able to defeat it or to make much better results than last time. We'll see. Everything is running. And the damage is coming in. Oh, bam. Oh, bam. And these tests are naturally limited, but They will give some understanding of how much it have been improved, but the only thing that, you know, matters a lot is of course when we test it later against other ships and see what it does outside this test scenario. 91%, we are 1 minute left, so I think we're gonna have almost identical results, to be honest. Maybe the upgraded Yamato will even be doing a bit worse in terms of health. That's possible too. And here we have, you can see, it still tears through holes here into the armor. We didn't make it like that thick, but as long as the interior armor is intact, it does serve its purpose. And so far it's looking reasonably okay. We got an engine being damaged there, however. And there we have reached 2 minutes. We're gonna stop the timer here. Right, the results, 87%. Well, I'll be damned. The original Yamato actually performed a bit better here. Again, these are very like small differences, and there is a bit of randomness here, as usually is. But yeah, from these limited tests, the armor hasn't changed much, to be honest. I think some difference will be more clear when we have it testing against other ships. Because at places we made the armor thinner to decrease the cost, and we also did some measures to decrease the block count. But that are our results. Now for this iteration as well, we didn't get any vital systems damaged. Can destroy enemy vehicles. And we still have a couple of big guns being taken out, and that's actually most of the health, to be honest. So yeah, there is that, 87, and the original Yamato scored 89%. So yeah, 2%, probably within luck, but again, I would have wanted to see the upgraded Yamato to perform twice as well. But we'll see later on when we have it. Different parts of a battleship, you know, it's kind of like a symphony with all the parts interacting with each other and making or breaking the ship. So hopefully the overall situation will be a bit better for the defenses. Well, in any case, let's just clean this up. Well, it's not looking too great, I suppose, with the armor test, but let's take the civs and anti, you know, anything stuff into account. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the stronghold, and this is the original Yamato. So we start the timer, and the stronghold is gonna be, whoops, God moded. Now, in case it got hurt there a few seconds, I'm just gonna repair it. And we're just gonna let it deal damage, right? So the lambs are zapping, and the well, anti-munition stuff is doing its work whenever it can, if it can do anything. So yeah, we're just gonna let this run. We're gonna have, well, I'll say, let's have like 2 minutes of the stronghold, 2 minutes of the Deepwater Guard's crossbones, and 2 minutes of the, what's it called? The Megalodon. And we can assess the damage the Yamatos are taken. So with the defenses, the Yamato is at 98% right now. And again, this is the original Yamato from martincitopants. And there is like a middle step where we have detections and AI for the Yamato. And, you know, we set up it in a different way. It affects how it deals damage. It affects a lot of things. So I feel it's probably... We're just gonna skip over that part. It will improve the accuracy a little bit. So it will be visible then when dealing damage, but also a bit when... well, should be visible when dealing with incoming projectiles as well. Alright then, here we have 2 minutes, so we should stop the timer and replace the enemy. And there we go. Whoops. I forgot. Okay, 4 crossbones. Let me repair you a bit there. Are you god moded now? Yes, you are. Okay, good. So, with the crossbones god moded, let's see if its crams can get through and deal some damage or not. We're gonna have 2 minutes of the crossbones dealing damage, and we're gonna move over to the Megalodon. 2 minutes as well. But then we can compare the damage with the sieve systems and the lambs as being set up. Now, there is this thing, however, with the lambs. The original Yamato's lambs are set up to be real long range, which does deal less damage, but of course it will make sure that they have longer time to deal with incoming projectiles. The upgraded Yamato has less range, which means that the lambs may be dealing less damage. And this is because they are sharing the systems with a damage dealing laser, which means it will be able to deal more damage with the laser instead, the upgraded version. And that won't be visible in this test. So I do fear the lambs on the upgraded version will be weaker or look weaker, but that is to benefit the damage dealing capabilities of the laser. Well, we shall see indeed. We are soon closing in on 2 minutes. We are at a damage percentage of 97%. Right, then we should stop the clock and assess the damage, 97 as before. And then we're gonna have 2 minutes of the stronghold. No, we had that. What am I saying? 2 minutes of the Megalodon. Now let's see here. I spawned them all on the same side, right? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Wait. You shouldn't be here. Okay, there we have you. And the Megalodon should be god moded. Alright. We are running the timer. The Megalodon is dealing damage. Let's see if our countermeasures here on the original Yamato, if she can deal with them or not. The lambs are naturally trying to take out these missiles and stuff coming in there, but there's some pretty scary stuff. I really think the diff guns on the upgraded Yamato will be able to help a lot with those swarms. The Megalodon has some pretty good lambs as well. We're almost 1 minute past. And there. Got another swarm of missiles coming in here. The lambs are really fighting Right. Alright then. Around half a minute left. Alright then. Have another swarm. Oh, missiles are incoming and we are stopping the timer in a few seconds. And there. Okay. Timer is stopped. With the upgrades and everything, the Ultra Battleship Yamato original is at 95% with the active defenses against 2 minutes of stronghold, 2 minutes of crossbones and 2 minutes of megalodon. So if we check the damage here, much less has been penetrated through, of course. The armor is in a much better shape. We have no critical damage being dealt. Naturally, again, this time as well, we have some turrets completely killed or critted. But, all in all, it fared... Oh, this turret may be a bit set, but whatever. Well, it fared decently okay here. Much better health. Anyways, let us clean up and check if our upgraded civs are indeed doing better. Friendly reminder. Have you liked the video already? If not, do it now, yes. Well then, we've set up for the Ultra Yamato upgraded version. So it's a civs and defenses version. We're gonna start the timer now. And it's God moded, and the Ultra Yamato is not, it's just chilling out here. So we're gonna see with 2 minutes of stronghold if we have less damage or more. And it can't damage the stronghold, it will just measure if it will take less damage than before, basically. So that's gonna be quite interesting to see indeed. Well, we're just gonna let it run. 1 minute in. And ooh, the Yamato upgraded version has not taken damage yet. That's neat. Now we have a lot of torpedoes and stuff coming in here. I don't think we can deal with them too much. We got some cram cannons. Oof. 1 minute left. And the Zeus cannons. Wonder what they are shooting at. Oh. Something has shot this, right? Perhaps the Zeus cannons. Very interesting. I'll need to check the timer here. Cram barrages being scary. We definitely took some damage there, 98%. That was like a lag spike. I think we got hit in a real bad spot there. We got a little mortar cannon being killed. We got laser parts and oof. Another turret there. Okay, 2 minutes. We're stopping the timer here. 2 minutes of stronghold. Very, very interesting. And I do wonder where these little shots are heading. We have entered some type of degraded mode. We can't quite see. That's like the enemy's shells. Wonder where our shells are even shooting at. Well, we'll see later, I'll guess. But now we should clean up this enemy here. Because now we're gonna have 2 minutes of crossbones. So we're starting the timer. And see what 2 minutes of crossbones will do to us. Make sure it's God moded, yeah? We don't want to make the crossbones be killable because it will die very much. You can see how we're dealing with those cram barrages. The civs cannons are trying to snipe him out. The diff civs should pop in there as well. Crossbones is sneaking up behind us. 1 minute has passed in a few seconds. Now we have 1 minute left. I wonder how much the lambs are needing to do to deal with those crams. We're at 98% just now. And about half a minute left. I'm just a bit curious to see. Alright. Cram barrage got shot out there. Just a few seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're stopping the timer there. And destroy the enemy vehicles. We are at 98% still. And the last enemy to spawn in and test here. The Megalodon. Making sure it is, well, God moded. Starting timer now. Megalodon. It's God moded, right? 2 minutes of Megalodon. Let's see what type of damage we will be taking here with the active defenses online. The Yamato upgrades I made are a bit set up in a way to deal with, you know, tournament battleship with doom crams and stuff like this. So cram barrages will be a pretty decent way to deal damage through it. Ooh, we're a bit weak to the back. It's not good that the Megalodon is getting up behind us. Oh well, it will do what it will do. 2 minutes we should test, and we have tested 1 of these minutes. And if we just see and check the shells incoming here. Oh bam, look at that. I think we have some serious engine damage. Ooh, look at that. Losing some engine parts. And the lambs are trying to kill things when they get very close, of course, but... And... some 10 seconds left. And there. We have passed 2 minutes. So let us pause and check the results. 96%? Right, so that's to compare with the 95% then. So, well, the upgraded one did do a bit better, but it's so close within just randomness, we can't say much about these results. If we look at the armor to the side here, however, it looks like it held up a lot better with the defenses counted in. You can see we got some really bad hits to some of the systems going on there as well. Ooh, and we have a nasty fire up here as well. Well, I think it looks like it's in a little bit better shape, but well, it's very close to the other one as well, so it's hard to tell. While it's interesting to do these small-scale tests, it's not as insightful as real battle tests, however. So to really make sure, or to really understand what has changed, we need to put them through real battle scenarios. Because of course having a like smaller armor percentage can be a good idea, so you can deal more damage, and then you will basically not die so fast. Looks like we need to set up some turret movement restrictions on that. Oh well. Oh my, the fire is still going here. We're gonna go... We're still at 96, however, but man. Well, now we have tested all the iterations against each other. I don't know what you think about it. I really wanted to have some more like visible results, to be honest. Like, yeah, the armor looks better here, but I wanted like a big percentage margin. So it's really up to a real battle scenario. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pitch the upgraded Yamato to the original Yamato. And we're gonna check out the results and see if it wins with a big margin or not. Because this is the only test that offers any type of insight into how well the upgrade has been made. Yeah, the upgraded Yamato is about twice as fast. Sure, the armor is better, and especially it deals a lot more damage, it does. But to really make sure and see that, let's just pitch them against each other. I think that will probably provide a little bit of a better picture of like if we have done anything really that is worthwhile to the upgrades. I don't know if I sound disappointed. Maybe I'm a little bit disappointed at my tests here, but I think it can also have to do with my tests not being the wisest tests setup ever. Yeah. So anyways, let's go into like proper tournament mode. Yeah. We're gonna go to tournament mode. We're gonna use the Gimli battles, Gimli battle rules basically. About the Gimli, here we can see that Gimli has a loading screen. If you want these loading screens, I have a download link for them somewhere, pinned in the Discord. Or no, actually, go to Gmodism.com. Right, so here we have Gmodism.com. And when you browse and check around here at Gmodism.com, please go here and just tell me what you think about the web. I tried to fix it and upgrade a little bit so it would look better. And here under resources, you can find our resources. So like we got the workshop files and links to the workshop guides, like the dictionary we've got. And down here you can see From the Depth Army of Gmodism, From the Depth custom loading screens and backgrounds. If you click this link, you will get to this little folder with the custom stuff. And here you see a little comment with some, well, instructions even. So yeah, happy screen saving. If you add them, default to the game, they will be mixed in with the default loading screens that the game already offers. So it's a nice little mix we'll get there. And yeah. We also got the documents here under resources. I moved them to a better place after suggestions. So if you want to suggest on our ongoing guides and stuff like that, you can do that there. Yeah, well, Gmodism.com. Is it nice now? Please tell me. Anyways, let's continue with the video. So these are the same rules that our ongoing Gimli Battle tournament is running on. So this is going to be very interesting to see. Well, let's load it up. Alright, so here we are. We have entered the single player custom battle mode. This is the only mode you can use to test things like this. Otherwise you will accidentally affect the results one way or the other. We tuned down the performance. We added the type of performance mode and stuff just to make it perform a little bit better. And well, it's the Gimli Battle rules, and if you don't know about the Gimli battles, well, check it out on the channel. It's some pretty cool battles. The original Yamato is at 97% right now. The thing that's the strongest on the upgraded like Yamato is probably the laser, maybe. It's a lot stronger, the laser. Oh, Kram Barrage is coming in there. You can see the upgraded Yamato's maneuverability is much clearer here. It's so much faster, we're turning, getting a proper broadside, making us better defended. Looks like our cram cannons shields have been hurt a bit actually here. Interesting. We have mortars raining down. We can just see them in the air here. And they are clumping together here. Lambs are trying to deal with them. But the incendiary mortars are getting through there. Alright. Oh! The upgraded Yamato is now turning away a bit here. Oh, this is not the best angle. Alright. What are we doing? Now, the original Yamato has the optimal broadside here. But we set up the guns in a pretty decent way for the new Yamato to deal some pretty good damage. So a lot of the turrets have been damaged already. And you can see these mortars here. They are really causing some hellfire here. And the upgraded Ultra Yamato is at 98%. And you can see those cram cannons being shot out there. The lamps are only working to zap when it's getting too close. That's much more efficient. We can watch this cram shell there, it got taken out. Well, it's pretty nice. Now we're getting some results that I'm more happy to see. We already have a 10% lead of the upgraded Yamato. I don't know why it's turning its back to the enemy. That's super stupid. It's an annoying thing that the AI does at times. It's really hard to make it not do this. I'm gonna check the settings again and see that I didn't miss anything. But it's like, what is it doing? Like, what broadside are we trying to have even? This is just plain weird. Alright. The upgraded Yamato is seemingly running away. What are we doing? Yeah, well. Man, it's so unpractical. If it's gonna go too far away, it will simply get like penalty points. Oh, it's sluggish, alright. I mean, it's better than before, but it's still pretty sluggish. And I will be clear with this. You know, I'm upgrading everything, but even though I do my best to upgrade the turrets and make them better, I still wouldn't construct a turret in that way. If I would have built the ship from scratch, I would have a lot of different design philosophy here. So, there is that. Alright. Now we're finally starting to line up some type of broadside here. The original Yamato is at 84%, and our upgraded version is currently at 96, I mean. So we are doing a lot better. Oh, I also thought perhaps we should use a breadboard and make them activate on only the side that's facing the enemy. So we may add that later. It will just increase the efficiency a little bit of the engine's power and stuff like that, but we don't need, like, we have enough engine power, so it shouldn't change things too much. Oh, look at that, 82%. We're starting to have some proper damage here on the original Yamato. Look at that. 81. Yeah, I'm happy with these results being so much more different. Which, okay, this is the, oh, 78, bam, 77. Look at that piece of superstructure. Oh, we're shooting blanks here at this cram cannon. Oh, damn. Approaching the upgraded Yamato at 96% still. Well, these are more like the results I was hoping to see from the limited tests. That's good at least. I suppose that my way of setting up these tests weren't the most significantly relevant, and the margin was just too small. Probably if we read these tests, as for testing the armor, we should probably have tested how long it would take for the Yamato to be killed to the spawning. But that will also take so long. That would require us setting up the battle and basically walking away from the computer, let it run and come back and do some assessments. Look at that. $72 versus 96. Whoa. I'm just locking onto random shells and getting super confused. Well. I think the original Yamato won't have long left. It's entered the funny number 69. While we enjoy this show, I will say big thanks to the commissioned officers in the Army of Gmodism. Especially Commodore Owen, Captain Shiro, Commander Ben Wilkie, Delphin, and our lieutenants Anto, Cravey, Flores Dagan, Josef Fishovsky, Parba Greed, Vincent Veritas, Rick Perel, Scooby Rocks, and all the cadets, and of course everyone in the ecclesiarchy of Gmodism. And you should be able to have some gamble battles as early access already. This video was a bit late, I'm afraid, so it is published for the same time for everyone. But if you're in the ecclesiarchy, you'll get early access. If you're commissioned officers, you can get some access to some files. Well, there we have it, 58. The original Yamato is despawning and the upgraded Yamato is at 96%. This is beautiful. This is exactly the type of results I had imagined. So yeah, this makes me a lot more happy. Well, as for upgrading the Yamato, we'll of course need to run this test again. We need to do some tweaks, we need to do some settings, and we need to add some deco and stuff. But that will indeed be for a later date. Look at this beautiful little missile. Well, it's despawning and the upgraded Yamato is so much more happy. Nice to see. Very nice to see. Well, I guess our upgrades did do anything after all. They did improve it in a reasonable way. This is a very big difference, so that makes me happy. Nothing unclear about this little last test for this video. Well, with that said, I'll say big thanks for watching. If you want some more From the Depth content, don't watch my creepy paper replica. Go to the Gmodism channel there in bronze and you'll find me showcasing a rotary diff cannon, which is controlled by breadboard and is really cool for an airship for lieutenants and all, which we're building right now. Yeah, see you next time. This is your host Eric of Gmodism. Like the video if you haven't already, of course. See you next time. Bye.